Hi, I'm Notyetdead in name and in nature, and welcome back to Welker Farms. So, it's 5:49 and 5:40 in the morning. We are down, just got the map up, we're down at the sort of fertiliser point and the silos, because we have something new. Oh, you just caught the tail of it. That was a bad reveal, wasn't it? There we go. Look at that. Had to be done. The big brute. What a great piece of machinery. So if you haven't seen this before, this is the big brute. It's a machine that the Welkers built themselves from various other bits and dabs, and did it in the design of a sort of big bud to match the other machines that they've got, and it's just awesome. And the mod was specially done with the map coming out by Blacksheep modding. I filled it up, so we're ready to rock and roll. So one of the reasons I bought this is because, of course, it doesn't have exactly what you'd call narrow tyres, so I can't really use it. I mean, I could, but I'd leave marks, so I can't really use it post, I think it's sort of first growth stage. So I thought, I've got a few fields that I should be able to use it on, so I thought we'd buy it, and then we can use it sort of immediately post seeding, and then we've still got the crop sprayer for later on, which has got proper crop wheels on, the narrow wheels, so we can use that later. And I thought what I'd do, I need to think about this a little bit, because I don't want to do it. I kind of want to leave the tractors. If you remember from the last episode, I'd got the tractors running up and down. They'd each finished a pallet, so that's where they got to. And I kind of want to leave them where they are, so they're just ready to go. We'll refill them, but I thought at least if I start doing this, because that should reach all the way across. I shouldn't even need to, I've got a bit of a gap there anyway, but I shouldn't even need to go anywhere near. See how wide this is. It's pretty wide. What is it? 33 meters. Just. It's going to come in a little bit. So yeah, I thought I'd give this field a first spray now, before I got it finished, before they did any more, and then we could just leave it after that, and I can just use the Horsch for a couple more sprays. So yeah, so we've got that. And what I've also and I was wondering about this, but actually I had a comment from Donny, thank you Donny, suggesting that I do this because apparently it is something that the Welkers do. So because we recently got that manure purchase point mod, I'd thought about, because there's a huge manure spreader that comes as part of the Big Bud DLC, I thought about manure spreading, and I thought, well, you know, but is it faithful to what the Welkers do? But apparently they do. So Don obviously follows me a lot closer than I do. Apparently they do manure spreading, so actually I think I'm going to do that. So we'll put the manure point in, we'll get the manures, and when we've got, you know, post-harvesting, before we plough or anything else, we can put manure in first layer of fertilisation, then we can come along with the big brute, do the second level post seeding, and then we've still got the Horsch for the. I'm just going to stop there, just move around the track for a minute. I'll come back and do this little section later, in fact what I'll do is I'll leave that top bit, and what I'll do is I set the tractors off. I'll follow them to do the bits that I can't do while they're there. So I'll come do down this side. But yeah, so I thought we'd do that, and then we've got, it's a bit excessive having 3 different ways to fertilise, but you know what, it's fine. I'm not going to do this from here, am I? Ooh, just about, perfect. So yeah, and it's all, you know, authentic, it's all using equipment or techniques that they use as well, so why not? Not that I'm, you know, as you're about to see, I'm not always going to do stuff just because they do it, or not always just going to do the things the way that they do it, but you know, where we can, where it's reasonable to do so. But I did kind of want to use the manure purchase point. I did kind of want to use the big manure spreader, so there are a few maps where it's appropriate to do it on because it is huge. So we'll look to do that, but obviously that'll be post-harvest. We need to clear the fields first, so yeah, and we'll do that. But yeah, so I'll get this field sprayed, and then we can look and see what he's doing next. So we'll then get the two planters refilled. So I bought the truck over with the trailer. Luckily I'd put it's got a trailer hitch on it, so I brought the truck over, and what I'll do is to keep the rows nice and neat, to save faffing about. Once the tractors run out, I'll stop it, leave it stop where it is. I'll bring the truck onto the field, reload it from there, and then we can just let them go again. So that should do us, and I think one more run up this field will be enough with this, because it is huge. And I tell you what, it's not getting through the spray too fast either, so that's really good. And then what we should also do is, we got the two fields that we sowed yesterday, corn and sunflower I think it was, wasn't it? So we'll go and spray those, because they should be first growth stage. They should be alright to do. And again, I'll leave that bit, I'll do that bit when the tractor's out of the way. And hopefully, so I don't want to get too close down here, do I? Just hold it in a sec, I'm going to run out of space. Okay, that'll do, I'll hold it out again now. Hopefully this will just fill this gap. It sure looks like it, in fact it's going to, and with ease, with overlap. Nice. Oh no, helps if you switch it on first. Hee. So, we'll run that. This last strip up and down. And then we'll get cracking. So I think we'll do this. Get the big brute off the field. Get the two tractors refilled, just spray those last little bits, and then we can leave the tractors running to do the rest until again they run out of pallets. I think we're going to have enough pallets actually. I'm quite surprised how far one pallet has gone on each side on this field. There is a little gap on the right hand side just behind us because of that stone, that boulder there. But I'll do that manually in a bit. It's not a problem. But yeah, I think we've probably got, so we've still got, I think I'll buy 10 in the end, so I've still got another 8 pallets. I think we'll have enough to do this field easily actually, probably with some left over. So I didn't have to put something else in the middle, it's not essential, so that's all good. And then we'll go and have a check on the other crops, and see how that's going. I could get a worker to do this, but actually it's fine, I'll just nearly there now, may as well finish it myself. Then we'll run and get the truck. But what a great piece of machinery. I'll be looking forward to getting this. Had to be done. I was originally thinking I'd wait until next year and sort of buy it as a second year thing, but just had to be done. And yeah, great spray usage. Crikey, it's efficient. Okay, I'll just pull that off to the side. We're going to get the truck. There we are. There's a twin star. It's a bit odd having this on here, but actually it works well because I did it partly because of course all my tractors were over here, but also partly because actually of course it's the fastest way of getting around the map. So now then, I think I'll need to jump into the tractor and refill. There we go. Oh, that worked well. Start the engine. Get the worker busy. They got space to get past? Oh, they do. Okay. Thought it was going to complain it was blocked. Cool. Alrighty. Go up to the big bud. It's taken all my straps off. Let's not risk that. Let's look at that. It looks a bit higgledy-piggledy. Oh dear. Oh well, never mind. It's doing the job. Right, here we go. Excellent. And so they continue. Right, get this off the field. Out the way. Go get the big brute. And we can finish spraying. Brilliant. That's really cool. Oh, and that spacing is fantastic. See, this is why I use workers. Just need to do that bit at the end myself, but that's all good. And of course the big brute's up at the other end of the field. Quick, run! Cool. These are looking good. It'll be an amazing sight when it's all done. Just look fantastic. Ah, great. Right. Let's get onto the field. Close I can to the edge there. There we go. Not quite going to make it all the way to the edge, but it's hardly the end of the world. There we go. That was quick and easy. Let's go and see how the other one's doing at the other end. Yeah, Case is doing a great job with this. It's a shame it didn't quite work with the dual one, but it's just extra worker cost. It's not that big a deal. Tractors otherwise aren't too busy. All the field work's done. Great piece of kit. I haven't used this before. Brilliant. Love it. Welker Farms logo on the side. Okay, so actually that's reasonably, that's nearly there. The big bud. Of course, again, we're not quite going to make, I'm going to risk it. Let's try this. What I should be able to do in one, put a wheel either side of that row. No obvious destruction. Nice. The displays inside, speed, clock, everything, absolutely fantastic. Great piece of machinery. And here we are, just caught up just at the right time. Right, well, we'll get this folded up, get it over to one of the other fields. So just check. Fertilisation, all done. So we've got fields 12, 2 and 20 need one more spray. Fields 21 and 13 that I sowed yesterday should be, first growth stage, should be alright to use this. And then they'll need another spray perhaps tomorrow. And we should be good. I'll see you there. I'm down at field 13, brought the big brute down as I just said, was going, just, you know, this is field 13, yeah, was going to spray it. But that's not first growth stage, nor is that sown texture. Fertilised because I sprayed it yesterday just after I'd sowed it. Harvested. Field 13 and field 2 are showing as harvested. But field 13 is still showing as sunflowers, which is what I put in it yesterday. Field 21 is showing as corn, which is what I put in it yesterday. Field 2 is showing as wheat, which I think is what I put in it yesterday, or last episode. So field 21 is in its first growth stage. But fields 2 and 13 are showing as harvested. Oh. Now that can't be a seasons thing because did I miss the window? Is that what it is? So because I've missed the window, so I now have missed the window for those completely. Well, that's just a little bit rubbish, isn't it, really? So I could have put soybeans and corn in yesterday, but I shouldn't have put sunflowers in. I was already too late. I think that's what that's saying, which is why I also couldn't put barley in. That seems unlikely, though. Okay. Also means I can't sow anything else unless I do more poplars or grass. I could do grass. I did get a suggestion to do silage baling. You don't get a lot of money for silage running seasons. Silage, it's about 500, 1,000 litres. I suppose it's still £2 a bale. It's a lot of work though. It is £2 a bale. You get a lot of bales off that field, but my goodness me, that'd be a big job. I'm wondering actually, because what I can do, oh sorry, wrong menu, is do an autumn crop sowing. Damn. So maybe what I'll do then, so we'll take the big brute down to field 21. Get that sprayed, and I think we'll have to get the big bud out and re-sow these fields. Yeah, that's a bit annoying, and that must be yeah, my mistake. I just not looking at the thing properly. So I should have done soybeans or corn yesterday, but it's now too late to do either of those. Sunflowers, I should have looked at that, because the reason I did sunflowers and corn all in one day was because lease costs, but of course it's just ended up costing me a whole load more anyway. Oh well. And again, so is that really harvest? Oh, actually, I suppose for barley, I suppose it is, or wheat, whatever it was. I suppose that is harvested, isn't it? Okay. Well, at least they're ploughed. The Hatson's a direct sow. So. Oh, that's just so annoying. That's my own silly fault. Looks like just wasn't paying proper attention. Normally you could do it and then you've got, you know, but I've only got a day windows because I'm running 3 days. I suppose I've only got a day window to do soybeans and corn, and I was already too late to do wheat or sunflowers. Now I'm going to very gingerly just drive on the edge of this. Technically this is first growth stage. Only got sowed yesterday. Is it alright? Yes. Hurrah. Okay. But not the next field, so I'll have to do a little bit. What I'll do then, actually, is we'll do one edge. A bit further out, can we? Oh dear, okay. Very disappointed with that. I was really looking forward to sunflowers. A little bit too far over. Do like this though, but you don't need to see me doing this again. I will do this edge, and I'll probably do this edge, the far edge, and then the top edge, and then I'll let it work on the rest. And I guess I'd better go and get those 2 fields sown with the big bud. I'll see you later. Right, so the brute's finished on field 21. That's nicely all fertilised. That'll need one more spray, which I'll do with the Horsch Leeb a bit later on. So the brute is actually now done. Far less work than I planned for it to have to do, but never mind. I need to figure out when I start putting. I might need some more storage. I need to figure out when to start putting all this equipment, because I'm drastically short of big scale, you know, sort of sheds that are big enough to take a lot of this stuff. This might go in here, but then that means I'll have to find somewhere else to put. Will it fit? Oh, it will. Excellent. So yeah, we'll put this in here for now. And actually what we'll do is we'll swap over. We'll go get the lead, but I may as well get that running as well while we're at it. That's a great thing, that is. Yeah, it fits nicely in there, looks good. Still got space for at least another tractor next to it. Oh, and it's right here, that's handy. So, yeah, what I've done is I have put the 747 Big Bud with the Hatson Beekler. There's the Welker boys. How'd you do? Didn't talk much. Yeah, so I've got the oh, it's a bit low. Oh, I'll see what we do. I've got the 747. I need to put that away. With the Hatson Beekler out on field 13. Well remembered. And what I'm doing on there is I'm putting in oilseed radish. So, and I'll go through this. This was my thinking. That field only has one layer of fertilization, so it'll need essentially 2 more sprays for it to be ready. The seeder itself will put another level of fertilization in. Oh, actually it's going to do that when I sow it as well. Anyway, so it's now going to be on the 2nd, and then it will then get another one for me cultivating the oilseed radish, which I will do. Should only take a day for that to be up, so I'll then put wheat or barley in that field as an autumn sow. Ooh, what have I done? Oops. As an autumn sowing, so that field's done. Or I could put canola in, one or the other anyway. Something like one of those three will go in that field. It will get an extra fertilisation then, but never mind. I just thought we'd try. I haven't done oilseed rape for a while, so I thought we'd do that. We can grow that, we can cultivate it in, and we can re-sow in the autumn. That's fine. Field number 2, which is the other one that I've managed to mess up, that bottom end of field number 2, which is in purple harvested, I am actually going to put grass in it. It's already got 2 layers of fertilisation, if I do levels of fertilisation. If I sow in it again, it's going to get another level of fertilisation. So there was no point putting oilseed radish in there, because it'd be a waste. So I'm actually going to put grass in it, as was the suggestion. I'll just do one. It's a big enough field. I'll do one field. We'll go big. I'll get the Chrome Big M. I'll get, you know, I don't know, one of the big windrowers, and we'll get the silage. You know, the Rat Master, Coon Rat Master. It'll take a while, and I'll probably get one of the auto load trailers. But well, we'll make a bit of money out of it. Why not? What the hell? There's not else we can do there. And that'll still be done in time for me to then manure it, plough it. Probably not to re-sow it before autumn, but you know, that doesn't matter. We'll need something to do in the spring. So yeah, why not? So I'll do one of each. I'll do one with oilseed radish. We'll do one with grass, and yeah, a bit of variety. It's a little bit frustrating. I'm not going to get crops off those 2 fields, especially the lower part of big field 2, because it's huge. But never mind. I'm not sure we're going to have enough spray to do this field, but I'll get it started. Missed a spot. Well, and I can always come and refill it later on. As I'm on my way back up to where the brain's gone. Where the poplars are going in. That's where we're going to go next. So thought I'd do this on the way. Get it going. I can always come refill it off screen later on, get those done. And again, you know, I've got, you know, this field 12, the top end of field 2, and field 20 all need a spray, but they don't all have to be done today. I just thought I wasn't actually going to do this at all today. I just thought, actually, you know what, why not get one done. Well, I don't own that field, but I do own this field. Don't be so fussy. There we go. Cool. Oh, don't start. I'm on my field, right? Yeah, but it's just... It's not even halfway. It has been suggested that I'll make these a bit wider, which I could do. These are minor niggles. That should be alright now. If not, I'll just do the edge myself. There we go. All good. So yeah, field 20 and the top off field 2 will need to spray as well. But I say, we don't have to do that today. So 12's going to be our maximum. Yeah. And actually field 21 will need another one at some point. So again that's fine. Anyway, we'll head on back up, see what's going on with the poplars. So here we are back up at field 8. The big bud 450's only got 476. That's going to need refilling quite soon already. That's amazing. Got a few wonky lines, but it's not too bad. But yeah, God, it's filling up this field. We're not going to need anywhere near all of those pallets. Oh well, there you go. No big deal. Right, let's pop over and see how the case is getting on. Probably about the same, really, realistically. Get straighter lines with the case. This worker deserves a bit of a bonus, a bit extra. 269, so even lower. So yeah, they're going to need filling up quite soon, but they're doing well. have a look on the map. Zoom over to field 8. Yeah, so I've got that gap to fill in, but other than that, looking pretty good. Of course, the 450, because it's got the trailed lift, is also leaving a bit of a space at the bottom, but again, I mean, that's not a big deal. Great. Well, we'll wait for them to give me a shout when they need a refill, and we'll go and get on with something else. So, this is leg arm storage. May or may not need this at some point. I might think about where I might want to put some more buildings, but obviously I don't want them all the way out here. Things like the big brute stuff. Probably want big brute. Actually, I could put a building up maybe where the fertilizer refill point is, the spray refill point. Maybe it's worth keeping the big brute and perhaps even the Leeb up there as well. Could do, because there's no point in keeping them up here. But these bunkers could be useful. Have to see how we're doing. Oh, already? God, I've not even got away from the thing. Okay. Now that'll be the case, because that was getting lower than the big bud. So let's quickly run back, get the truck. By the time I've filled up the case, chances are the 450 will be done as well, which is fine. Keeps things efficient. Oh dear. Bit of a sniffle today. There we go. Now I do need to keep an eye on these not either of these. No, so that'll be the Horsch then. Oh. And I remembered, of course, I have got the tank that's got more in it, but of course now I've got the truck up here. Excellent. Oh well, I'll go and tend to that a bit later on, off screen. That's fine. I'll leave this here for now until we get these filled up, because they really will be pretty close to being empty. But I will put it in the middle of the field just in case they do start coming down again. I doubt it though. I'd be very surprised. How many we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not sure we'll need all of them. It's kind of hard to tell, but once we have used them, it'll be pretty full, that's for certain. Right, I'm just going to leave that there for now. It's almost not worth going and starting to do something else, because they'll be ready in a minute. We'll wait for them to finish, then we'll refill them. So I actually went and refilled the Leeb, so that's running again, finishing off spraying that field. Both of the workers are now, crikey, those birds are noisy. Both those workers are now refreshed with a new pallet, so they're plugging away on field 8. And this is our, well, forest. It's woodland really. I mean, it's just, you know, it's pretty much a plantation. But this is where we're going to start doing a bit of forestry. As I said, there's a huge forest area down in the sort of map geography wise, down in that southeast corner near CHS and the store. But actually there's a smaller one up here, and it's up next to where the wood mill is, so it kind of made sense to start here. So I brought all of my forestry equipment that I bought, which I don't think I've really sort of shown you. I mean, obviously the wheel loader I attempted to use yesterday and failed dismally. I've bought the CSZ Pack sort of large log grabber. We'll give that a go. And then this is a setup that I used on Goldcrest Valley, and I love it. So it's the Blacksheep Modding 850 hook with the hook lift sort of logging back to it, I guess, if you like, and then a hook lift trailer with another one of those, and I think together it's a really good look. And of course I bought a Scorpion King just for speed and to allow us to do this in some sense of bulk. It isn't actually, if we just pop out there a sec, it's not the time of year to be doing mass amount of, or selling mass amounts of wood. So obviously looking at that, looks like we're going to get best prices in theory around midwinter, which kind of makes sense. And if we look in here, price for wood chips at the moment, it's pretty low. It's 161. So, okay. Oh. Now that's interesting, isn't it? So my grand idea of selling silage bales. I currently don't have a price. That's interesting. We'll look into that. So there's no clear purpose to selling massive amounts of wood at this point in time. So here's the wood mill. Looks really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them down, store them, and then come winter, we'll stack them all up on the lorry and sell them. So we're sort of, doing this in a bit in advance. Actually, no, we've got this nice big open space here. What I was going to do, and I just need to figure out where to put it. I was going to get one of those wood store things. I'm pretty sure I've installed it, and I can't remember, I'm afraid, the name of the modder. Pretty sure I put it in. Let's have a look, because we could put that in now. Not that I'm proposing I cut them straight on to the store, because frankly, the chances of that going well are just well, 0. Tell me so I downloaded it, but I've not selected it. Okay, so I can't put it on. Well, that settles that then. So I think what I might do, maybe I'll start clearing this. I haven't actually got a stump remover yet either, so there's no, I don't necessarily have to put it in a particular place, but I'll start cutting some trees. We'll start stacking them up. And anyway, what I could do to start with, regardless, is actually fill up. I may as well fill up the hook lift things to start with, so that they're ready to be sold, and then we can take it from there. Which I haven't checked. Go inside. Good job I checked. Help a queue. That's probably the sprayer, because we'll want them at full length sections. And what we'll try and do, and I've never been particularly good at this, is we'll try, I normally sort of wood chip, I don't very often do logs, but we'll try and set this nice little neat pile of logs. So hopefully I can come and pick up a couple at a time with the wheel loader. Nice. One. What I've also found, and it's probably not particularly realistic, it's far easier to load the wheel loader with the wheel loader, the hook lift, with it off, because it's lower, it's easier to get to, and then you hook it back on. Say it's not desperately realistic, I'm sure, because presumably you wouldn't be able to do that in real life. Mind you, I've seen hook lifts in action, and they can do some pretty incredible things. If you see a hook lift pulling a full, the cut points for these is really high. If you've seen a hook lift pulling a full, I don't know, like a skip at the refuse point or anything like that, pulling that out, it's just amazing. Now, and this will be tricky, could do with this swinging around a touch, which ain't gonna. Whoa, too close to the fence. I'm going to struggle here. But actually, you know what? Little piles of 3 is probably about the right amount anyway. So let's not worry overly about putting them in huge piles. I'll be impressed if I can get 3 on at a time anyway, so leaving them in piles of 3 I think is quite sufficient. Cool. So it does spin round, it just doesn't do it with a tree. Oh, fair enough. I thought there was something you could do. Cool. I may or may not remove the stumps. I'm not expecting I shall need to plant any new ones necessarily. I'm not going to do this map for that long. So looking forward to the Komatsu tree stuff. Did you see the video this week? The new Komatsu, what do you call it? Tree hauler. It's like this sort of equivalent to the Scorpion King one that's in game here, which I haven't tried yet. And I thought about it for this, but it's quite slow. So you know, if you've got any distance to travel, I suppose I could have got it for this actually. If you've got any distance to travel, which at the time because I was going to do the forest down at the bottom end of the map, I thought I was going to have a really long way to travel, so a lorry seemed far more efficient. But if you know, I suppose if you're just moving them out of a forest area, got a really rough, hilly forest area to get the trees out of, it's ideal. In game, has limited value for me. But yeah, but the Komatsu one looks really good as well, so it's nice to be getting some different stuff. I'm assuming we'll still have all the Scorpion King equipment, so it'd be nice to have a bit of variety as well. So what we're thinking about FS19, looking really good at the moment. Graphics look stunning, interesting new maps, new technologies, new crops, new animals, dog. And the pre-release, the announcement of the pre-release or pre-order benefit this week is quite cool too. If you've seen that, the little I forget what it's called. But yeah, it looks really good. Anyway, that'll do for a start. I'm not going to make you sit and watch me clear all of this, because that would just be silly. But yeah, I'll do some more of this off screen, try and get a bit of a stock going. I'll just, in between doing everything else, you know, I've got until winter, so it's just a little thing I can do whenever I've got a bit of time. Just, you know, gradually build towards that, having a reasonable stock of wood ready for the winter. Let's make this a bit easier on ourselves. Oh, that was lucky. I wasn't sure which one of those multiples I'd actually got. To put that there. So I say, well, unload it like that. Go get the wheel loader, and you can witness how terrible I am at dealing with logs. There's a reason I usually do wood chips and not logs, but you know, I have done it before. It's worth a go. I did see Mr. Sealy P, I watched an old video of his, about a month ago, and he used a CSZ, was it the multi-fork he used? Might try that at some point, but I thought I'd give this one a go first. Proper log fork, see how we get on. It should be interesting. It's got a nice wide spread, nice wide handle, so hopefully it'll be a bit more stable than the sort of standard log fork. Right, so here we go, open it up. Can we scoop underneath, or do we have to pick? Ooh, not bad. Like I said, not great at this. Just gently down on the ground. I missed that first one. Yeah. See what I mean? Great big fork, one log. Oh well. Better than nothing. And this is why I'm not going to make you sit and watch me. Anyway, I'll carry on doing a bit of this. I'll keep the workers topped up doing their poplar planting. Also, of course, you get stuck, don't you? Ooh, really are stuck. There we go. yeah, I'll carry on keeping the workers topped up with their poplars, and otherwise we've come to the end of an episode. So the other snag with this is trying to get it just right. There we go. I just swivel that round. Woohoo! First log with a little bit of sideways movement from the trailer, but okay. Nice up at the end though. Right. Anyway, yeah, we're at the end of an episode. I will carry on this. It's just embarrassing for you to watch me doing this. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet and you'd like to, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, I'll look forward to welcoming you back to Welker Farms very soon. Bye bye for now.